Good morning. Welcome to ABC 123 Trader. It is September 7th, 2021. And let's start taking a look at the futures markets today. We'll go to the risk disclaimer. And the risk disclaimer states, all forms of trading carry a high level of risk, so you should only speculate with money you can afford to lose. You can lose more than your initial deposit and stake. Please ensure your chosen method, your investment objectives, familiarize yourself with the risks involved, and if necessary, seek independent advice. U.S. government required disclaimer, Commodity Futures Trading Commission, trading financial instruments of any kind, including options, futures, and securities, have large potential rewards, but also large potential risks. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the options, futures, and stock markets. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Alrighty, let's get into the day. It's been such a long time. Making sure I have the right camera on. It's been a long time since I've been trading. I've taken some time off. Summer holidays, and plus I'm working on a project right now. Anyways, let's get into the markets and see exactly what's happening. I'm going to move this over here. Now, if you've been trading, it's been a kind of a crazy summer. But if you've been following phases, like I've always said before, where are we right now? The last buy phase, as you can see, was 611 points. Okay, and now look at this. The very first day, once again, I'm trying to re-educate you guys one more time. So you can see we're just switching over. So the date is September 7th. And, oh, lo and behold, it is September 7th right now. Let's see what the news says this morning. I'm going to open up a new page. Let's go like this, bring it over across here. CNBC. See if there's any positive name. And look what happens. Why are these? Oh, that's pre-market. Let's go to US here. It must have been on Friday last 3rd. Pre-market. Oh, there we go. Anyways, we can start seeing a little red. Major automakers fear global chip shortage could persist some time. Stock futures are flat starting the trading week. Investors worry about Delta impact. Isn't it amazing, guys? Like I kept on saying over and over and over again. We start a new phase. Look at the bias. We could start seeing where the support and resistance levels are here. You can see where the resistance. So we might pop here. Maybe it might go up. We don't know until the market opens. But you can set your bias, your mental state, in the beginning of each phase. If you do that, majority of the time it can work. We do hit doldrums, as you can see. Beginning of the phase, pull back, halfway through the phase, push up. Push down, halfway through the phase, at the end, go down. So you can see a quarter, half, 3/4, done. This one, quarter, half, and then now they're done. But over and over, you will have. What you'll have to also realize on the selling phases are not as strong as the buying phases because we've been in such a long bull market. If it does, or when it does, turn around, that's when we have to start changing our mental strategies from shorting to longs. But it's not going to be going for a while because we have a lot of money dumped into the to the market. So if you go, how many minutes before open? 6 minutes. Okay. Look at this. So we know we're still going to be continuing to go up. We'll have our pullbacks. We'll have our pullbacks. We'll have our pullbacks. When will it ever change? Whatever those big greedy guys decide to say it's time. Anyways, because we haven't had anything since basically the 2009 crash, and as of course this was the COVID scare in the beginning, and it kept on going up from there. Alrighty, we're done that section. Now let's get into move that chart there. I told Jose I was going to program something and I haven't done it yet. Okay, I know you guys don't have this. This is when I was starting to trade and I invested my own monies. And so don't worry about the candles. I'm looking about the indicator here. And so where the indicator is, this is actually a simple indicator called fib target. I want to see where I'm set up. I'm going to put it to a 5. Okay. And what this is, if you're having difficulty in trading, I use this to find areas of interest. Okay, so we're already at target 1. So if I get a pullback, I'm going to look at this pullback zone. Of course, this pullback zone up here where you can see it. If it takes off and breaks, we'll find out. Then we'll look at previous support and resistance levels. Okay, what I can do, no, I can't do that yet. Let me go back to the indicator. 4 minutes in. Don't want to lock them. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move this box where it was across here. I'm going to move this box here across here. And this is the most current box. Right there. Okay. And this box here, move it that way there. Okay. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, so basically what I'm going to be looking for is, because markets opens in 3 minutes, we're going to find out what's going to happen in this zone. Move that over. Do I have any other charts there? Nope. The other one, we know we're on a sell bias. So basically at negative 0.51, we're currently almost flat. And so what we're going to try, Ishaam gave me some insight, Jose gave me some insight, so I've kind of merged the two methodologies together. And we're going to see possibly, but it is NASDAQ, so I'm on a 233 tick chart. And what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can find some trades here. So, there's one there, one there. That's okay, I'll just leave it as is. Because that broke, that broke, that broke. And that's the most recent one. Let me see here. Yeah, that's good enough. We're going to see where it's going to go in these two zones here. We're going to see if it gets up to this zone or this zone. Here's volume point of control, etc. What these boxes are representing right now, especially in the first market open price. I don't have market open, but as soon as market open hits, activates, we're going to find out where the market open price is, and then we'll go from there. Now, what I also have, let me see if I can find it. 63. Where's 63? 63, yeah, it's right about here. Same thing where the view app is. Okay. So I have a bigger chart with bigger blocks because volatility is higher on the NASDAQ. So I'm going to see what the rhythm is. And ironically enough, I marked these bands on the 233 tick chart, and look how nice she's lining up. So that's good. And I'll educate you a little bit on that one later. I'm actually going to put this on my middle screen. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to shrink this chart a bit. Let it dance for a while. Leave that one there. And then, let's see if I have any more charts. Do I need this one? Nope, that's a Bitcoin chart that I'm talking with somebody, so I don't need that one. And there's the last one I want. Okay, this is for pinpointing as well for YM. I could use it for MQ as well. It's a 4-range chart. I've taught you guys tick ranges before. So it goes up and down, up and down. So we're on the sell bias. If it does come back into this zone, this is YM. Let's go. I'm going to strictly stick to NQ today. So we're going to stick to NQ today. I might actually have to shut down this chart if it gets too crazy. We are market open. Now let's start seeing what's going to happen here. She's going to fire right up right away. I'm going to move this across. I don't want to use this one right now. Close this. Down here. Okay, we're at volume point of control. This is an area of interest I want. So this is, I call this, she breaks through here. This is a failed marker. We're going to find out right now. What I'm looking for, yeah, this is going to be a failed marker here right away here. Unless she just drops really fast, then we can go for this zone here. I mean, you can go from here too, but this is the one I'm really interested in. Delta is pushing hard. You see Delta right here pushing hard. Okay, I'm going to go buy market right now.
Order filled.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my target.
Order submitted.
Right at the pivot point here. That's also Ishaams' indicator as well. We're back at volume point control. Ooh, hopefully I didn't make a boo-boo. See if there's support and resistance. If not, I'll have to shut her down.
Order filled.
Yeah, I gotta shut her down. See what happens here. She's gonna start failing again.
Order filled.
Okay, let's get to the bottom zone here then. I'll let them whip back and forth. And if it breaks down to the first zone, if it really breaks down aggressively from the first zone, then we can go for the second zone to the third zone here. We're going to find out right away here. It needs to break to 25. You can get to 25 or 600 here. This is the area what we're going to be looking for if she breaks. Because it is a higher risk trade for first few minutes of the morning, I thought we could have got to this market for pull down, but let's see if she breaks through here. And where are we right now? Keep on going. If we break through here, we're really in a really nice green. Keep on going. This is where it needs to hit. We're at break even basically. Okay, now we're in the green. Now what I want to know is if this is the bounce here. Okay,
Order filled.
I'm going to close there. We're actually up $130, guys. Okay? Actually, I should go like this. Data series. Okay. This is a double. This is these. Okay, what I'm trying to show you is I thought because we broke this is a failed trade here. But it came back on negativity. And then we got our resistance here. If it breaks past here, I'm going to enter again. And this is our next zone of interest way down here. Okay? Now we're going to see if it's going to play back and forth. We're at negative 0.1. We know we can go to negative 0.51. We know our sell bias is there, but it can still play for a while. Where we are right now, let's go here. I took a big risk in the beginning, thinking it could have fired up earlier because it was the first minute, but right now we're at $130. And what I want to know is, if we break this level, I can jump in from 24 back to the quarter level of 600. If not, we can get to around to this zone down here. Okay, right now we can see it held. I could have jumped in for the long, but we're still within this volume point of control. Is right here. We are, how's our delta? Our delta is still pushing down. And it is very high risk. You got to realize we've only been in the market for 6 minutes, okay, for $130. Not bad. Not bad at all. But it looked like I took a 15, 16 point loss, and then I had to catch that and make a few points here because I got bit right here. And that's fine because I'm trying to figure out these zones here. Once she gets going, and we actually hit, if you're going to look at this section, what I was looking for, we got to the deep retracement. I wasn't looking at this chart at the time, but we already hit target 1 and target 2. We have to break this zone, and if we can get to target 1, target 2 down here, I could even check the levels. That's as well what we're looking for. But we know currently our bias, right in the beginning, in the morning, red candle, right? Second bias, so we know we're early in the phase, but we're trying to find out how aggressive it's going to be. Now, the Ishaam, I guess the Ishaam strategy, also Jose's strategy. Ishaam is using, I guess, a guy, I think his name is Magnum 57 if I remember. So I was trying to figure out how they use their system, and I found out there was too many signals for my personal liking. But what I was trying to do is pinpoint certain areas of longer term support and resistance, not the micros. But what I'll do is, in the first 5 minutes with Jose, we look at it, where's our stop volume, and this is the stop volume right here. So technically speaking, because we are 6 minutes in, I will draw a region right here. Close there. This region is useless to me. I'll cancel that one out. And it's this region here now. Some are right in there. Now we got to find out if we're going to be balancing between this zone and this zone. We know we hit here. I could have jumped in for long because it's still within that parameters. The only thing I don't like about it, if we go back to here, lead tracker, we're in the red. We had selling pressure. I got bit here thinking we could have broke through, and now let it go back into the zone, see if it hits, fails, or if she's going to break through. It looks like it could be a long day. We've got a lot of greens, but we don't know yet. It's still too early in the day for the whip out back and forth. Let's put that back. Maybe on this one. Yeah, possibly long. Oh, well, that's short term though. So we're going to let them play this whip out back and forth for a little while yet. Now I can try to re-enter, but I don't want to right now. Oh, see, yeah, it's hitting that peak again. At 50, at the quarters level, but we'll wait and see. We're at 0%. So we can go to 50.63, but we're still below the VWAP, which I don't like. Yeah, see, we have to break 63. Let's see where we are here. Oh, no, actually 58, I guess. So that's your support and resistance right there. We're at volume point of control. 850. Not bad. This is the zone of interest you'll hit here. No, this is this one right here. It's going to be one of these two zones here. How's Delta going? Negative. Trying to pull up. Very slow. A lot of chop. We're at almost 15 minutes in the open. And at the 15-minute mark, we know there's usually another impulse movement, but we're going to find out which direction. And what we want to do is we would like to enter in quarters or half quarters. So we're at a quarter level here, but the major support and resistance, actually there was one a little bit higher, but that's okay. That's the one that's touched. So what we have to do is see if it's going to fail on this zone or fail on this zone. We're right in the middle, right? We're still at 58. There we go. Getting close. Another volume spike. Delta is pushing up, but that's fine. Okay, now if we fail here, then we can go to this marker that I said before. So I'm going to get ready. See if it's a fail. She might grab at 50 again, we'll find out, or she's going to pop through. Now let me take a look at, this is the chart I'm going to be looking at. I want to see what the volume delta is. These are 5-minute bars, basically, just on volume. And this is where your resistance zone is, like I said, guys. If it starts breaking, I'll be watching this delta. If she starts exploding, then maybe we can get to the next level. Uh, 43. A lot of... what's control 3 here? Let me see what the on VPOC is on that one. Okay, we are on VPOC. Yeah, okay, so they're matching. And what is long term? Let's see what long term is. Wow, day trend worked perfectly on that one. I was up. So we are locked in volume point of control on long term and short term. We're right at that sweet spot, so we've got to wait for them to decide which direction to go. And what I mean by that, let me move this. Okay, so what I mean by that is I took a longer swing volume profile. We're right on the money, as you can see. Everything's pushing down. I think they're loading up for the big sell-off because we've got to get target 1, target 2, or we'd love to get way down there, but I'm not even going to worry about that at this point in time. We just got to let them play. And they might even go from here up to here and then do a pull down. Or wouldn't it be nice by 8 o'clock, or not 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, get up to here and then do the sell-off for the day. We need to break this zone in order to continue, or we need it to fail. Other than that, we're going to let them play. Going to be watching the delta. What's this one saying? Let me open this up a little bit more so I can see it better. Here's my delta numbers. Okay, we're going negative delta here, eh? So I'm going to go for it.
Order filled.
Now what I'm going to do is I'll see if it bounces one more time down here. And if it keeps on going down, then and breaks through here. I'll see if it does a triple bottom. Good, I'm on the right side of the entry. Let's get to 25. Yeah, see, we can get to 25. Another, hopefully 10 points. Come on, get to the bottom. There's our
Order
10,
filled.
there's our 10 points. We hit the bottom, $325. We're done for today, guys. That's how simple it is. It sounds simple, but basically what I'm doing is, actually it's a neat little system, because it's not as violent right now. It's starting this, and we played within our parameters. So basically, I'm going to wrap this up. I might keep on going up. See how she bounced again once again on that zone. And so basically we're range bound between here and here, and long point control just dropped. Maybe we're going to sell off one more time, and then we're to the next level. Now what I'm going to show you is where my mental state is. Start up here. Day one of phase, thinking of sell buys. Okay, remember that. I love my swing scanner. Beginning bias. Sometimes it fails in the beginning, but this one you could see it was predominant. Okay. Number two. And what I looked for on these zones. The overnight sessions, high and low, basically. I took a high marker, I took a low marker, and I said it needs to play within those zones. And this is actually an indicator that I wrote, and it was because Ishaam, you know what, I'm going to give credit to Ishaam and Jose a lot, because these guys do a lot of studying and they look at other methodologies. So he gave me this idea, and I write code and I back test, and sure enough, majority of the time they will go back to that area of interest, because the lines will turn green. See, this one passed, right? So it created, came back to the zone. Here, it should be coming back to the zone. It might take a day, who knows? Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, let's close, I don't want to delete those yet, but what I'll do is I'll create those 2 zones of interest, maybe 3 zones of interest within that time parameter, but within the first 5 minutes, and this is Jose's theory on the 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes, from here to about 9:35, there's usually about a stop volume. If it explodes, it explodes. You have those days that it takes off, then this trading strategy never works, because she's a runner. But majority of the time, when they're whipping back and forth, he will look at the first 5 minutes, find out the peaks and valleys, and that's where we marked. We marked this right around 9:30, and this was around 9:35. And then as you can see where she turned out, and we looked to the left to see if it failed or not. The reason why I took a loss in the beginning, when I was looking at the first 2 minutes, and I got in a little too early, and it was a few points, I thought maybe we blasted through here. And then I said, okay, I'll use this as a target. And that's where I took the loss. Then I reversed back saying, okay, it didn't work, and I got my money back. Shut her down. I waited from the 35, got to the second zone of interest, waited, took the trade down. Bounced again. She's still whipping out by 10 o'clock is usually, as you know, is one of my trades. and my other favorite is at 11.15. Okay, so just between these two areas, we made $325, and so that was 3 trades because I lost the first one and I had to recoup on the second. Now the interesting thing is you don't need, of course, this or the volume profile indicator, and she's starting to go again. There we go. But what I use this for, more so, I showed Jose the other one, but what I'm looking for is my boxes. Okay, if I hit the top and bottom boxes, after a while when the rhythm goes, if it lines up perfectly, and this is for later in the day, okay, sometimes it's first thing in the morning, but I'll show you a perfect example. And I got to recode that. I told Jose we've got to recode that. That when it gets into the sweet spot, as you can see right here, and this is, well, that's late at night, but that's okay. That's your trade. Now I want to show you one. It's usually around 10:30. I have to add more days here because we had that long weekend. And it's just going to break down now. Okay, let's go 7 days. I should have started, just kept on trading. Oh well. That's okay. I made my target. I made my limit for the day that I'm happy with. There we go. No, that's 9 o'clock. Let me see if I can find that 10 o'clock one. I'm going to show you here. And she fails, you don't worry about it. Render. Let me see if I can find that. Why can't I find it? Anyways, I just showed him the other day. Yeah, so this is the trade I'd be taking here. She's starting to break down. We hit the 25 level on this one. See, we're almost at target 2 here. So negative delta. Let's see if we can get to the even number. It'll go to the even number. But anyways, basically what you do. Okay, perfect. Okay, see how she comes down. Now this is actually a failed trade. No, it's not a failed trade. This is a perfect trade. Comes back in, gets within that zone, even though it's the 4:30 in the morning. I want to show a morning one, but that's okay. Gets within that sweet spot zone, and then you go for target 1 and target 2. And see how it literally hit target 2 by 5:30 in the morning? And this is what I'll do. And then on the next one, I'll watch and see if she's starting to work again. And you can tell she's starting to fail. So this trade is a fail. Kind of. But what you do, like I said earlier, is drag this across. Okay. Got into that zone again. This is because of the volatility of the market open, and away it went again. There you go. Other than that, just make sure you pinpoint your trades, trade safe, and you guys have a great day. Take care.